Mel McBoat, and maybe wondering why Mel's not driving. Unfortunately, Mel had a very serious farm accident, maybe nearly 2 years ago now, I guess, PC. I'll stand corrected on that, but Mel had a very, very serious leg injury. But Mel, being the great man that he is, PC, that didn't stop him going boat racing. It just meant that he's had to put a driver in his boat. So it's great to see Brendan Mason jumping into this chase machine. It's a very competitive boat. Of course, Brendan still new to the boat and still learning the craft in it, as you said. So hope Mel's going beautifully out there. I haven't seen him this weekend, actually, PC. I don't know whether you have or not.
No, I haven't seen Mel myself, but only got here yesterday late afternoon as well, and been up here all day. It's Daryl Quinn there is just going out as well. That is a beautifully prepared bad influence, and Daryl's been just chasing some engine. We've seen a recent time he's struggling with tune, and he told us yesterday afternoon that they've gone back to an old tune from when the boat used to be white and very, very super quick, and so just gone back a little bit in the tune to a little bit more of a traditional one. So it looked like it worked yesterday, Bisho.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to do my day job yesterday, PC. Unlike you, who can just swan around from Sydney and just do whatever you like, I wasn't here, but mate, I did watch the little bits and pieces of the live stream when I could from work, and looked like it was going well. I mean, Daryl Quinn, whenever he turns up, you always know he's a competitor, don't you? And I spoke to him this morning, did an interview with him this morning, and I think you may have, people at home maybe saw that on the live stream, but Daryl...
No, you can't. And they ran at St George Motorboat Club last week, just at a club weekend, just to look at the tune, just so they'll be a bit more ready for this weekend, because they know this is the big one. They want to take the cups away, and you never discount him, mate. He's an unbelievably great driver, Daryl Quinn is. Lots of history in the blown displacement class, where it be unlimited or in the unlimited lights, as they would, or the blown lights, as they'll call it.
Yeah, blown lights category, which is great, the high-tech all blown lights. Hilarious, though, his daughter, the beautiful Brianna, married an outboarder, so brought an outboarder into the family, with young Greggy Banks, and Greg's running here this weekend as well, mate. So the inboard and the outboard families had to...
And look at the way Greg ran yesterday, he might knock them all off.
It's called a mixed marriage, I think, mate.
Lock and load just going out now, and that's Ryan McIntosh, definitely one of the best 6-litre drivers in the country.
Absolutely stunning victory down up there at Raymond Terrace, and really held off, boats like Sick Puppy, and unfortunately shenanigans failed to proceed. But I don't know if anyone would have beaten Ryan the other week at Raymond Terrace. He was so fast.
No, he was super quick, mate, and anybody that can beat the Troy Marlin Sick Puppy and also Connor or Scott Patterson in the Turn Me Up is well and truly deserving to lift that trophy high.
Tate Ramsey heading out there now in the Reckless as well, the big blown alcohol boat. So we've seen Tate run this morning already, and he is a hard charger, my friend.
Very hard charging. He told us 1,800 horsepower. I think he might have been a little bit unders, mate. I reckon it's closer to 2,000. He does have sometimes a little bit of trouble getting the horsepower on the water, so look out for that one. But these guys love their racing, the Ramsey brothers, and will be up against each other all weekend long, and their other competitors. So white flags up, ladies and gentlemen, which is fantastic news. They'll take them up around the bend up there. It's a fair old little run. There's a bit of an opening up there where they switch them and turn them around and bring them into what is absolutely ideal conditions for all types of boat racing, Bisho.
Unfortunately, mate, no Bulldog out there that I can see, PC, so that is a shame not to have the Jamie McCutcheon-driven Bulldog boat out there, because that is one of the very, very quick blown displacements, but not sure if the boat's here this week.
The Bulldog was here yesterday and ran, but did stop, so not sure. I haven't been up into the garages to see what the problem was. It sounded crisp as. So, yeah, not sure what the problem may be there for Jamie. He's a very, very good competitor, come a long way to show his wares. So,
they always go well just before they blow up, don't they, PC? Isn't that the standard procedure?
Well, sometimes they're blowing.
Now, just talking to Grant as well, and great interview with him too, mate, but he's just mentioning to us off camera that Big Keithy, he's on Facebook, and he's worked out how to do live stream, and he's all over it. He's looking at everyone commenting and all that stuff, and he's even jumped on the podcast and had a listen. He's listened to every podcast that we've done except for Grant's one. So big shout out to you, Keithy, at home. I hope you're watching, mate. I hope you're enjoying it. We miss you here. Hopefully we might see you tomorrow. I know you've been a little bit crook, mate, but hope you're coming good now, son, and we'll see you real soon at the boat races.
All right, Bisho, while we're just waiting for them to come down, we're just calling for all 25 horsepower drivers. All 25 horsepower drivers, could you head on down to your boats? You're going to be called up a little bit earlier on the program, so that's all 25 horsepower drivers. Could you head on down to your boats? You'll be on the water shortly.
Tell you what, PC, the cameramen are multiplying here at the boat races. It's like a lens competition. How do you measure up, Bob? You okay in the lens department? You okay in the lens department? There's a lot of big lenses over here. It's a bit like how big's your boat competition. I was going to say something else, but I thought better of it.
Well, I'm just wondering why, Bisho, they just keep focusing back on you, mate, taking the snaps of the great Bisho.
Oh, yeah. Well,
they're not even here for the boats, mate.
It's lucky the lenses haven't cracked, PC, I can assure you of that. Great to have all the boys here. If we don't get good photos from this weekend, we may as well pack it up and go home, I reckon.
I know, and please support them. They're all over Facebook. They're always for sale, and to get the great photos. So, yeah, please support anybody that you see. If you love a snap, then grab on, and the guys will do you a good deal.
Chatting about Brianna, as I was before, she's just come down into the area, and as always, looks stressed when her dad's racing, so, and not listening to me.
Versus
husband, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that could happen too. Don't worry this weekend.
So I think it actually might. The final feature, Greg Banks, he'll be in the next heat, mate. So
he'd just want to let the father-in-law just roll on through, wouldn't he? If he knows what's good for him.
You would, but he won't. That's the thing.
Probably not. They're all racers. They've all got big egos, mate.
It'll be a bet on who cooks the Christmas barbecue, I reckon, next year. So.
All right, PC. Here we go, son. White flag flying high, start boat, and we are ready for a start in this number 3 of the 2023. Keith Harrison here at the 2023 Melton Gold Cup weekend. Conditions look absolutely beautiful. We've got a very nice lineup. White flags up. Go, goes a call, we're racing, Reckless gets an absolute blinder, so too does the chase on the outside. Queen struggles a little bit with Birmingham, and Rocket Boy's down on the pole for the first time as they charge in hard down into the outside, and look at Rocket Boy getting away, Ryan doing a beautiful job. Reckless machine flying down the back chute. We've got a few problems back in the field though.
Oh, it's all Reckless up the front, Rocket Boy got out of the corner extremely well indeed. But then Reckless this year, 1,800 horsepower takes over. As I said, it doesn't take long to get the power down now. As you see, it's starting to sprint away. Lock and load, but look at the chase on the outside, Bisho.
Chase on the outside, Ryan doing an absolutely beautiful job, trying to get around the lock and load machine now. Let's it down into the course turn. We've got a problem at the top end of the course as well, mate.
Up the back straight now, Rams. Oh, gets the high side now. Lock and load on the inside, fighting with Brendan in the chase on the outer side. This is still a big race indeed. This is not over, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, unfortunately, Daryl Quinn has pulled out on the outside of the trail. Reckless, really high on the water, Bisho.
Oh, he's having a real go. He's really struggling to get the power down. The power's getting down on the lock and load, nice and hard. The chase is coming at him as well. 1 lap to go, PC. It is absolutely on as the chase punches those into the lead.
It's neck and neck here, Reckless. Oh, the chase on the outside. Who can get the power down now? Lock and Load looks like he's going to settle into third position. This is just the heat, ladies and gentlemen, as Tate now takes it up on the inside. The chase on the outside, Bishop, into the final straightaway.
Tate needs to get out of this corner or they're going to be all over him like a fat kid on a cupcake here. Ramsey needs to get the power down. The chase is coming at him. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Who's going to get there? It's going to be Reckless across the line, P1. The chase in P2. And Lock and Load rounding out the field. Oh, PC.
Oh, Lock and Load coming into third position. Wow, the sheer horsepower there. We talked about 1,300 horsepower versus 1,800, and wow, nothing in it, mate.
Oh, fantastic racing. That's why we come to the boat races, Paul Cunningham.
Oh, it is, mate, we do, and that's a fantastic heat. And of course, this all relies upon time, so there was plenty of high air action from Tate Ramsey in the Reckless there. Couldn't get the power down. Lock and Load was in there for about 2 laps, but then the sheer horsepower just took over in that third lap. Unfortunately for Darryl Quinn, he stopped on the first of second lap there, but hopefully there's nothing too much wrong. But what a race between the three out in front. That was super exciting, and it's good to see Darryl fire up, so probably nothing too much wrong there. Maybe just a tuning issue. He did say at top end he was still fighting with the tune.
The blown boats just have so much power, but they're so temperamental to drive. They've got so much power, but you've got to harness that power, whereas the 6-litre boats, Lock and Load just kept coming at him and coming at him. What a great drive on the outside, the chase, PC. Fantastic.
Yeah, real mature drive for such an up-and-comer, mate, to be honest. Brendan was stuck in there and he just kept chipping away. He's just settling the boat every single time. Didn't quite have the real top end, but definitely got the acceleration out of the corners to put the pressure on. But ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Tate Ramsey in the Reckless machine. That was a fine drive. It was wrestled all the way, but took the checkered flag out.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Please give it up for Tate Ramsey, the winner of heat number 3 of the Harrison in the Reckless machine. Second place was Chase and Lock and Load, Ryan McIntosh. Fantastic racing, folks. Oh, this is hotting up. We certainly is worth the wait, PC. Those kids as well.
Yeah, and again, just the 25 guys. I think you've been bumped up the program a little bit, so if you can all get to your boats, the 25 horsepower guys. If not, I'll come down and put a race suit on, and so will Bisho.
Oh, I will? Okay. Tyson McFeeters, can we have you to your boat, please? Tyson McFeeters, straight to your boat, please.
Get in there, Tyson. And been told by Stephen Scott, get in there or you won't be racing, mate. So hop in and throw the suit on and have some fun. Of course, we've just got a little bit of a program disturbance from a couple of incidents that happened. I think the Formula Future race is the one we had already, Bisho. We'll move into the 25s, and then I think we'll be back into the Harrison heat number 4, but I think they've just changed that a little bit around, so we'll wait for a new run sheet. We'll keep you informed as we are informed, but the quality will keep coming along, that's for certain.
Yeah, the quality's just going to heat up here, PC, as the weekend goes on.
Of course, the one still to come for the Harrison Cup, and a little bit hard to know what is there, but we think that Final Future will be there with Greg Banks. The boat itself, Bisho, I'm not sure if you've had a chance to have a look at it, but that is one of the most beautifully presented craft I've ever seen.
It is, mate.
And then we've got the image with Craig Lewis, the Rooters, Mark Endon Rooter, always a great competitor. You have a go with Craig Steiner in there. In a which took out this morning's racing with Troy Cameron behind the wheel. The breakout with Jimmy Mullins. The one more with Nathan Bartex behind the wheel. Excalibur, who's, we're not sure how Excalibur's going. Didn't sound so good this morning on the tune, but hopefully they might have tuned it up by this afternoon.
No, we also need an update on who's driving it. Is that Chris or Tim in the cockpit of that boat? That'd be handy to know.
Here today, Bisho, with the Melton Gold Cup tomorrow, and the 6-litre trophy's also on offer.
An issue going on there, and it's a fuel system issue. They can't get their fuel trim right, so unfortunately we won't be seeing Excalibur for the rest of the day, and it is Chris and Tim both driving it, so not at once obviously.
It's always good to share the duties, and sometimes you can tell who it is and other times you can't, but that's all right.
All right, so we got juniors heading out now, mate. And this will be Josh Taranto heading out in the prime machine. Although he looks like he's heading the boat ramp to me, PC.
Yeah, he might just be cruising back, might be a problem for the day, so hopefully not, but maybe just a change in propeller perhaps.
Well, you know, pretty serious these kids about their racing. Conditions pretty nice now, PC. The drivers do like, and you can confirm this for me, but that nice little wind ripple on the water actually gets the boats just sitting up and skipping across the top much more than if it were glass-like conditions.
Yeah, no, they tend to suck down on really glassy conditions, so just a nice little ripple really does assist. There is a fair bit of breeze around, but because we're in a valley, it's actually been really well protected currently. The trees are really moving around, so if we're on a bigger lake, for example, we might be in a bit of trouble at this point in time, but
the other thing too that can happen here, mate, if you get that northerly blow straight down the track, which we've had in the past, you get white caps here at the end, but you can see the wind's blowing across the course, so the water not wide enough to be able to get up any momentum to get the waves going. So it's blowing the right direction for us at the moment, PC. Let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, it is, mate, and it was actually blowing the opposite way yesterday, with a little bit of white cap coming from the exposed end. There was still a lot of protection, but as you said, it's about 21 degrees here, and for the blokes that are in the cockpits, they love a 21-degree day, mate, to be quite fair.
No aircon in those boats.
Not much aircon. You wear a full suit. You then wear on top of your suit a cell suit, which is essentially your flotation device, and then you're obviously wearing a helmet, a mask, and harness device or something similar to what they use there. So
yeah, they do get pretty warm inside. No ventilation. Got to keep the weight down. Maybe just a small hole in the side just to ventilate as you're going. But yeah, they get pretty warm, mate.
Yeah, 100%, mate. So for those of you watching overseas, we are at Exford Weir, Melton, Victoria. It's the Werribee River dammed off, basically, mate. And we are approximately 45 minutes from the centre of Melbourne in Victoria, Australia. So look it up on the map if you're watching from America or Europe and see where we're actually racing at. But terrific venue. It's a venue steeped in tradition, been here a very, very long time, PC.
Yeah, and I do know that many of our overseas viewers that love watching the GP live stream, Bisho, and make comment. We've got friends in Canada, New Zealand, America, even over in Europe that comment on these. And they're a little bit different because if you're watching boat racing in Canada, for example, you're generally watching hydroplanes. If you're watching boat racing in America and you're looking at displacements, you're talking more flat bottoms.
Yeah, K-boats.
Some big differences, and you know, we've had some K-boat challenges out here, Australia versus the USA, and we've had the Kiwis come out here with their Grand Prix hydroplanes, and we've gone over there, and Kiwis, of course, have been going over to Canada and the US to challenge over there in the Grand Prix as well. So lots of good international competition goes on.
Absolutely. So if you are watching from overseas, welcome, and we hope you're enjoying the racing here today. We'll take a short break, PC, and we'll be back in just a moment. This is the 2023 Melton Gold Cup. Okay, so we've got our 25 and 550cc. I'm looking over the back. I'm looking at Radical there with Sean Oliver. That is a 550 boat. We've got Huddy Ellis in the last chance boat. We've got Reckless with Baxter Ramsey heading out there. I think that's Deegan Phelp in the Tough Enough.
So just a couple of warm-up laps for the 25 horsepowers here, and 550s, I think, Bisho, isn't it? So we normally get bigger fields of these, normally 8 to 9, but just down on a few numbers this weekend. But see some quality boats here. Always a handful to drive, Bisho, these. Not a lot of trim in them, in fact none in the 25s, and bit of body weight. They're very, very light in the actual hull type itself. Power to weight ratio is a heap of fun, and very much a handful to have a pedal. I've had a pedal of one at Yarrawonga in some rough water one day and thought, wow, that's very cool.
So, mate, we've got 3 25 horsepowers. So we've got Deegan Phelp from South Australia. We've got Baxter Ram. And we've got Huddy Ellis, and the far boat is a 550cc boat, which is Shawnee Oliver. Sean, a very experienced driver, so I would expect the Radical boat to be out in front by the first corner and shouldn't get too challenged by the 25 boat. So we're basically going to have a race.
Yeah, you never know. And another one. So hopefully they'll have a great weekend. The Ramseys have brought 3 boats with them to the Melton Club this weekend.
Yeah, cool. Oh, that's good. You listen to Ready to Minx and what ski racing ones have I done? Hey, crew.
Down for a start here in the 550 on the outside and the 25 horsepowers, 3 of them. So they should all be pretty evenly matched on the 1, 2 and 3 poles for this weekend for the first of the 25 550 horsepower outboard event.
All right, PC. I'm running a bit blind on the blue boat, the Toughen Up. I think it's Degenfeld, but I'll stand corrected if it's not. If someone wants to help me out with that one. Who? Tyson McFeeters.
All right,
Thank
flags
you, South
down, ladies and
Australia.
gentlemen, as they see the 550 on the outside starting to make its way down. A little bit more horsepower than the 25s on the inside. Over to you, Bisho.
Down into the bottom turn, and I'll tell you what, Shawnee Oliver, I thought he might have had more of a break on the 25s there. So Tyson McFeeters is on the inside there. Baxter Ramsey on the inside of him, but it's Hudson Ellis who pokes his nose into the lead in the last chance boat as they fire up the back straight away in the 550 boat, not pulling away the way I thought it might, PC.
The 25s have got plenty going for them, Bisho. As I said, they're pretty lightweight machines, and as they head up, it's nice and breezy up there. They'll be getting a nice little bit of float.
They'll be getting plenty of float, mate, there. So thank you, Rolf, from South Australia. It is Tyson McFeeters who's the South Australian connection in that little Tough Enough boat. So up through the top turn we go, and you can throw a blanket over him at the moment, PC, as they fire down the front straight. Everyone negotiating that top turn very, very nicely indeed. Huddy Ellis and a battle with Shawnee Oliver down the outside in the Radical as they come down into turn number 1 for the second time. Then into third place is Tyson McFeeters, back to Baxter Ramsey into 4th place as they tip into the port turn at the bottom end of this beautiful Melton course, PC.
It's a beautiful course. Oh, half a snap up there. And that's the problem with the 25s. Yep. They can bite and hurt as they come out of the corner now. That gives a good opportunity for the 550 just to put a little bit of gap on. But up the inside there now is Baxter on the Tough Enough as they head up the back straight. It's a good tussle now for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, Bisho.
Yeah, so unfortunately Huddy Ellis really had that all before him, but he's unfortunately just hooked the boat in, and that's the problem with the 25s. He's lost a bit of momentum, and it's probably that little bit more horsepower in the 550 that just gets that acceleration out of the corner now as Shawnee Oliver in the Radical brings it down. Yellow flag, mate, so it'll be 1 lap to go after this one. So it's Shawn Oliver back to Hudson Ellis, and then it's a real battle between Baxter Ramsey and Tyson McFeeters on the outside.
Yeah, Tyson's really pushing hard on the outside of Baxter, and as they come down, they're pretty much neck and neck looking for 3rd position. But out in front, it's the 550 as we predicted. Oh, a little bit of a stick up the inside.
Double switch back, PC.
He's got that switch back indeed. Maybe make us the ground and accelerating away from the Baxter.
Great effort from McFeeters there. He's absolutely just snuck up the inside like a rat up a drain pipe. And Baxter Ramsey says, what happened then? How did you get there? He goes up into 3rd place. Shawnee Oliver still leading as he goes up into turn number 2 for the final time. Just a drag race down to the line for him. Still a 3-way battle going on for 2nd, 3rd and 4th at the moment, PC.
Well, Baxter's actually switch back himself. Oh, there's a bit of a spin up at the Tough Enough. That might just open a door up for Baxter to get 3rd place. It'll be a drag race, but out in front, Oliver's done it fantastically well. He'll see the checkered flag and come home in 1st position.
Shawnee Oliver takes a win. 1st place, 2nd place will be Hudson Ellis, and it's a drag race to the line. I don't want to call it, but it's Tyson McFeeters, I think, just by a bow eye over Baxter Ramsey.
Depends on the angle, Bisho. I think it's so close.
And anything I say is unofficial, PC. Have to check the results at the end of the day.
Oh, you're always a true and correct man, Bisho. We know that. So what a good race. And 25s turn it on. But the 550, just a little bit too much class. Oliver behind the wheel. So
great to see them. That's their first runner of the weekend, and a few more to come.
And I think you're up, so how far away are you, PC? You have to go down and get in your little 1.6 shortly.
Yeah, no, I'll watch the next race, which has great interest. It's the next heat of the Keith Harrison, with the final feature with Greg Banks out of lane 1, Image, Craig Lewis out of 2, Rudis out of 3 with Mark Enruter, and then Avigo with Craig Storner on the outside. So heats without a blown boat.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? And Greg Banks at the moment trying to fly the flag for the outboards. Jared Smith, of course, ran in an earlier heat and probably didn't finish up the order as high as perhaps he wanted to, but give Shawnee Oliver a round of applause. Well done, Sean. He'll be happy with that one. And then, of course, the winner of the 25 horsepower category, Hudson Ellis, there in the last chance boat, as Baxter Ramsey comes into the pits as well. Huddy Ellis will be pretty happy with that one, although he'd be a bit disappointed on himself on losing that ground in that bottom corner. But a great drive from him to hold off the other two 25 horsepower boats. And Tyson McFeeters coming back in as well in the Tough Enough machine.
One of the Tough Enough stable. There's plenty of them, Bisho, in that stable. I don't know if you've been up to the shed and had a look up there in South Australia, but it is amazing with all the gear. They range right through from the juniors to the 6 litres. They've got some...
They do, mate. Great to have them here, and great to see a lot of South Australians coming over, making the trek over here this weekend, which is just terrific to see. Of course, lots of Victorians head over to the Adelaide Speedboat Club and also over to Berry as well. And great to see the favour being reciprocated and getting these beautiful South to Victoria as well. We've also got Queenslanders and New South Wales here, mate. No Western Australians this weekend, unfortunately, I don't think.
No, and no Tassies, and so...
Yeah, Palmer, of course. Yeah, as you say, absolute crowd favourite, one of the legends of this particular race meeting and of blown boat racing. Great to have Chrissy here, but would have liked to have seen him in the boat, mate.
Yes, but never mind.
Oh, wow, yeah. Queenslanders racing New South a couple of weeks ago, now down here in Victoria. They certainly get the miles done, but that's the fun of boat racing too, isn't it, PC? The road trips that you do, the fun that you have.
Queenslander down here, you'd be feeling the cold Troy
You vote
Mullen.
for Greg Banks as well. I haven't seen this boat, particular boat.
Yeah, it's not that nice down here, is it? The weather, they definitely put it on for us.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate. I can organise a lot of things, but just not that. Mate, Raymond Terrace, tell me about that. It was a big weekend for you.
Yeah, big weekend. It was good to go and race against the top 6 leaders in the country. It wasn't the outcome we were looking for, but yeah, we're back this weekend and we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I won't say I was surprised. Lock and Load always been a very, very quick boat, but they certainly had a terrific weekend, those boys.
Yeah, no, I wasn't surprised because they are very competitive boats, but yeah, we were just hoping we would have been a little bit quicker.
So what do you do about that, mate? What changes do you make?
Just a bit on the boat setup. The engine, we sort of had the pace. It's just the engine, of the boat itself. We just couldn't get in and out of the corners quick enough.
Yeah, okay. And what about the hydroplane? What's the program there at the moment?
Yeah, well, that's all ready to go. We're going to run that at Tari at Easter. So we'll do the 3 days up there and then we'll head down to Yarrawonga for the Griffin Cup.
Oh, I'm very excited about that, mate. Well, it's good to see you, mate. I know it's a bit early for you and you've only had your first coffee, but have a great weekend, please.
No worries. Thanks, Bisho.
Thanks, Troy. Good on you, mate.
Seen, as you said, wrap, and looks fantastic. Craig's come all the way up from the Upper Hawkesbury Powerboat Club, so yeah, we've got some good competition in this one. Couple of 6 litres up against the outboard. Yeah, we see Abigail Coastona just heading out now. As I said, newly wrapped green boat, was yellow last year when you would have seen it. And yes, I can see the red boat of Mark Enaruta also heading out onto the course. And the 105s are starting to come on down the ramp as well, so they'll be next on our agenda, followed by the final heat of the Keith Harrison, and followed then by the 1.6s, so massive action still here to come as the white flag is up. A little bit of a cross breeze now coming across Bishow as the sun shines through here at the Exford Weir at Melton for the 2023 Melton Gold Cup. Saturday draw card is on, so some great racing already, Bishow, and more to come, mate.
Doesn't the new Avogo with Craig Storner look fantastic on the water, PC? Really stands out. It's a really iridescent green now. It used to be yellow, that boat, and looked a lot like Turn It Up, so we're glad that they've changed the colour of it. We don't get them mixed up anymore, hopefully.
They're about the same speed too, so it's sometimes very difficult to pick them.
So Greggy Banks will be on pole in the tunnel boat, the final feature. The image, Craig Lewis out of Queensland, out of 2 rooters with Mark Ebenruter out of 3, and Avogo with Craig Storner out of 4. Just had word, thank you, from the final feature crew that they have elected to go to the outside. So that'll put Image on pole, PC. Rooters have a go, and then final feature with Greggy Banks on the outside. So interesting choice there. They obviously want to try and maintain a little bit of momentum around the outside. Also, mate, probably it's still a relatively new boat for this crew. So to be potentially, you know, Greg wanting to try and keep a little bit of sense with the whole thing and not get boxed in turn number 1.
A little bit of tactics, mate. I believe Craig Bailey used to like to run the outside line against the postman, so yeah, maybe a little bit of the master laying off here, but yeah, interesting choice because it was real quick pin to pin yesterday, and they have narrowed up the boys slightly, so maybe there's a bit of thought there around some statistical tactics. We'll wait and see how it plays out, but might also think that yeah, it might be a bit more clearer water out there.
Five-litre boat, would you believe, folks? But make no mistake, don't let the literage fool you. Bit breezy here for the tunnel boat. Did I just say breezy?
Breezy, I think, is just above a breeze. I think I just looked it up in the dictionary for you there, Bisho. That's just your poshness coming out, Bisho, in your commentary. Yes, when you get in the back of utes, ladies and gentlemen, just be careful. You don't want to break your finger like Bisho. Alright, Bisho, looks like we've got them all meeting the white flag. Image, Rutus, Avogo, and outboard on the outside, the final feature driven by Greg Banks this weekend.
On down into 10.
Yeah, tall image, but I think he might have hit the turn, boys. He let in Bichet, so we'll let the judges work that one out. But out in front now, the action is image. It is then the Rudis on the outside. Final decision on the outside on a feature, As the Rudis say, image is gone, so won't worry him if he's hit the turn boy now. The Rudis heads in, the final feature on the outside, Greg Banks. And the guy got left behind as they head up the back straight away now. Banks is trying to put the pressure on the Rudis. I think for the Rudis that did not sound good, the big puff of smoke. How good was Banksy? We thought about his tactics when he went out on the outside, and I think his tactic was to hold that line really, really tight, make sure he was in his lane, and just hold the displacements in, slowing them up a bit.
Fantastic drive from Greg Banks. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for him as he comes through. Unfortunately, we've lost two top competitors in that one. Craigie Lewis having a look at the engine bay of that particular boat, the Image machine, all the way down from Queensland. Let's hope it's something minor for him. I'm a little bit worried about that Ebenruder's boat there, mate, because it pumped out a lot of black smoke across the finish line. That did not look good.
Well, Bishop, I'll head on down. That was a fantastic race between the 6 litres and the Formula 1 tunnel boat. Greg Banks just taking the chocolates in that particular heat. We do have one more heat of the Keith Harrison to come, which will be Erastus will be out of pole 1, the Sick Puppy will be out of 2, the InXS will be out of 3, and the Mortal will be out of 4, and then we'll be leading into the 1.6 litre hydroplanes. So stay tuned for those ones. Still a great entertainment coming through this afternoon with the finals of Keith Harrison and many other feature races to come.
Oh yes, we've got a 105 and a Harrison. That's the final heat. Is there a final?
G'day everybody, we are here now down at the pontoon where houses the 25 horsepower boats and the junior boats here at Melton. I'm here, I've got with me currently at the moment a couple of combatants in the 25 horsepower category, Baxter Ramsey and Hudson Ellis. How you going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
And we see you always on the track going next to each other all the time and having a great old time there. But deep down, you really want to win, don't you, against each other?
Yeah, of course.
Get the bragging rights.
Yeah, pretty much.
So anyway, how's things going out for your first race shortly?
Yeah, pretty keen to get out there. It's a bit choppy, but I can't wait. Yeah.
And you, Hudson?
Yeah, pretty keen. Should be good. See what the wind does. Hope picks up the nose a bit and should sit nicely. So pretty keen.
And this weekend we have the competitors in the class also. We have got Tyson McFeeters from Berry. We've got Sean Oliver in that red boat, whatever it's called. And who else? Is that it? Or? Yeah, that's about one less with a gambler that didn't turn up, all right. Okay, yeah, so anyway, guys, good luck today.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you, much appreciated.
So boats we're looking for out of nowhere, Chris Tracy, Instigator, Daniel Jury, Nick Rightio, start boat has picked up the field. This is a good quality field in this 105 category. Of course, none of these guys can break out over the 105 mark. Steve Gilligan's first race in a big tunnel boat for many, many years. In fact, I think the last time I saw him run a tunnel boat was Lake Hume, where he stood on the wrong trim button and blew it over. So let's hope none of that happens today. Has been racing the little F4 tunnel boat in a few events. He raced it at Epiloc over January and so a month or so ago. So Steve Gilligan, Chris Tracy, Daniel Jury, Nick Borg, Jim Mullins and Mike Godsall. Good to see young Nick Borg driving the Shepherdly-owned Transonic boat as well. Good to see how that boat goes. Claire Shepherdly driver of that particular craft. Nick got a good contingent of South Australians over here. In fact, Ralph Static just come and sat in the commentary box. G'day, Ralph. How are you, mate?
You're very good, mate. Very, very good.
Fantastic, buddy. How's your day been going? I see you've been getting some interviews. Matty and I did a bit of work this morning. Then you've taken over the mantle, getting some interviews and whatnot. Been a big day so far.
Oh, it has been, you know. Unfortunate with these happens, these incidences, but we want to keep the crowd entertained out in the world out there of media, keeping them engaged on what's going on when there are laps.
I think it's good, and hopefully we get some good feedback. I haven't been able to check on the comments and whatnot of the live stream so far. Scotty will let me know how that goes. I'll have a look at it once we're done and dusted, mate. But a lot of South Australians here, mate. Good contingent.
Yeah, which is quite unusual for the South Australians because they're pretty shy when they come go into state. You know, I'm the only really South Australian that travels everywhere, and I'm not even a racer.
Wow, we got those weird accents everywhere this weekend, mate.
Yeah, I didn't bring my tea and scones either this time around.
Well, if you bring me a cup of tea, my pinky's sticking out, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, mate. Well, great to have you here. How do people get onto your Facebook page and how do they see the great photos you take and how do they buy them off you?
Well, basically, I reckon the best thing to do is just contact me on Facebook. It's
Messenger?
Yeah, Messenger on Facebook. No worries. So that's, you know, it's quite. Hang on, we've got the racing starting now anyway.
You get. Burner, epic. That boat won't be here. Here we go. White flag flying high. It's about to drop. We are away and racing in this 105 mile an hour category as they storm down. Looks like a great run with Instigator. Running hard down into turn number one. Out of nowhere. Takes the lead as he fires on the back straight back to Instigator, then Moonshine. Jimmy Mullins in the breakout runs up into fourth spot. And on the outside, Steve Gilligan in the Epic Marine. Up through into the top turn, and it is still the out of nowhere with Chris Tracy doing a beautiful job in that boat. Whoa, a bit of a wild ride there for the Instigator with Daniel Jury out of South Australia. And oh, we got a problem here. We got some blue smoke coming out of the outer marine machine. Unfortunately, that doesn't look good for him. Jury hard on the pins, and yep, out of nowhere stopped. So too, Moonshine. Godsell saw the sailboat come to a stop, and I think he thought it was all over, but now he gets up and going again. Up into turn number two we go for this. Oh! He's gone around Daniel Jury in the Instigator. That leaves it open now for Godsell to come through. The Moonshine goes to the lead. Breakout, Jimmy Mullins up into third place now. Down into the bottom turn, and it's Mike Godsell in the Moonshine. Doing it in fine style. Daniel Jury will be absolutely biting the steering wheel after that spin out. He'll be devastated with that. He had this race on toast, but now he doesn't. Mullins now running into third place, and Gilligan into fourth place in the Epic Marine. Up into the top turn for the final time. Checkered flag comes out, and it's a great drive. Kept out of trouble and kept the boat going. Mikey Godsell takes the win in the moonshine. Second place, Daniel Jury to be absolutely kicking himself. Instigator, second spot out of South Australia. Jimmy Mullins will come through to pick up third place in the beautiful breakout machine. And rounding out the field is Stephen Gilligan, boat number 24, the Epic Marine. Great racing in the 105 mile an hour category as always. Not sure if Godsell completed a extra lap there on song, but we'll leave that one to the judges to decide. So great racing there from the boys. Jimmy Mullins comes through. That was a nice solid third spot for him in. And unfortunately for Chris Tracy, the out of nowhere is now nowhere, parked on the bank here at the Expert Weir in Melton as they go and retrieve that particular boat. So next race on the card, ladies and gentlemen, is the final heat of the Keith Harrison heat number 5.
Let's have a look at the boats that we are going to be seeing running in this one. We've got the Rastus with Steve Rarity. Unfortunately, no Craig Bailey Marine in this one. We've got Troy Marlins in the Stick Puppy. We've got In Excess with Jeff Scuttle. And Immortal with Mark
Ouchie.
thank you to our major sponsor here, the Melton City Council, do a wonderful job for this particular meeting. The donators of the Gold Cup. Great meeting, been running since 1996.
Okay. Boats heading up into the milling area. For the Keith Harrison, the heat number 5 as we send them up into the top end of the course. Calm before the storm. This is the final heat of the Keith Harrison, heat number 5. Quality.
So here, wherever you are, you're right.
Conditions look pretty good out here at the moment. Still getting that crosswind. Would be interested to talk to Greggy Banks about how that affected his tunnel boat in his heat, because it is blowing pretty stiffly across from the west. Start boat brings them down. Heat number 5 for the Keith Harrison about to get underway. Boats we're looking for: the Rastus, the Sick Puppy, the In Excess, and the Immortal on the outside in Mark Gauchi's triumphant return. What can he do here, ladies and gentlemen? 4 quality boats. Final heat of the Harrison before the final, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to get in the final? That is the question that is on the tips of all our tongues. White flag up. White flag drops. We're racing in heat number 5 of the Keith Harrison. Immortal gets an absolute blinder. So too does Sick Puppy. And we fired out in. Tunnel in the NXS. Hard on volunteer as they go through turn number 1 for the first time. It's tight. It's close. It's hard. Marlins front and out accelerates Immortal, would you believe? Down the back straightaway. Now Immortal picking up the pace as they head up into turn number 2 for the first time. Marlins hard on the pins, and unfortunately the Rastas boat, Steve Rowdy, gets a little bit bogged down up through the turn. In excess is in the washing machine at the moment. Immortal now and Sick Puppy having a real go at each other here. The 6-litre versus the Loco. They're off the wing seaters. Rastas still holding out the NXS, but the NXS runs wide. Trying to get the boat back and settle Jeff's tunnel. Up to the top turn, and it's Immortal still all over the starboard side of the Sick Puppy now as they fire down the front straight away for the 3rd time. Down in the bottom turn, Immortal trying to hold Sick Puppy nice and tight there. Marlins does a terrific job of accelerating away. Down the back chute now, Marlins has a big time walk. He settles the boat back down as they head up into the top turn for the final time. Checkered flag for this one as we fire away. It's a drag race to the line. Have a look at Gouchy going for it. Gouchy might have just got him on the line. Gouchy takes the win over Sick Puppy, we think, by about a bow eye. Rastus with Steve Rowdy comes through into 3rd place, and unfortunately for Jeff Stunnell in NXS, he stops on the course. And it looks as though, and I'll wait for the judge's official call on that one, but I think Gouchy just got there. Troy Marlins in the 6-litre boat. What an absolute sensation. You would, wouldn't you, after fucking 40 odd years? Yeah. All right, well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our 1.6 litre hydroplanes hitting the water now. And as always, the two Harrison boats, hard to pick, aren't they, Neil? But I believe PC has got a red stripe, and I think Grant has a blue stripe. I'll try and pick it up as we come through. Gee, I wish I remember what PC told me now. So that's a red stripe. So I believe that's Cunningham, the 86, with the red stripe. So we've got other boats we're looking for will be the HPR2 with Oscar Stevenson, the Predator with Andrew Donahue, Ryan Dewey Nichols in the S15, Grant Harrison in the Melton Toyota 86. Sorry, that's the 86 is actually Grant Rolson. Gee, that's going back a couple of years. Paul Cunningham, I should say, my co-commentator. Sorry, Paul. And, of course, the HPR with Brad Holland. And Grant Harrison is in the Melton Toyota 100 boat. So just waiting for a few more of these boats to go in. So if you haven't watched any boat racing before and it's your first time, first of all, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the day. These are 1.6 litre stock hydroplanes, or Oz Lights, as we like to call them here in Australia. They use a 4AGE Toyota twin overhead cam 1.6 litre engine, and the induction system is free, so you can actually run either carburettors or fuel injection. The internals of the engine are completely stock. I'm not 100% sure how much horsepower they make. Around about 86 kilowatts, 86 to 100 kilowatts, depending on your setup. We've got two Melton Toyota boats. We've got the Melton Toyota 100 with Grant Harrison, and of course the Melton Toyota 86 with Paul Cunningham, PC. Both those boats look absolutely identical, so they've put a sticker on Paul's boat for me, so I can pick them for you. Andrew Donoghue in the Predator just going into the water now. Trying to get that boat up onto the plane. Those two little 45mm Weber carburettors sounding absolutely beautiful. So Grant Harrison across the back of the course in the 100. Big shout out to Keithy Harrison, as we said, back at home at the moment. Good to see you on board on the live stream, Keith. Wish you were here. Might see you tomorrow, hopefully. And my co-commentator out in this one, Paul Cunningham, in the Melton Toyota 86 entry. Andrew Donoghue looking like he's having a little bit of trouble getting the boat up onto the plane, but now he gets up and going. They take a little bit of getting up onto the plane, these little boats, but once they do, off they go. Sit on a cushion of air, of course. Brad Hollands in the HBR. The yellow boat. Grant Harrison. Oscar Stevenson in the other HBR boat up the top end of the course. And Dewey Nichols in the S15, the legend. Heads out onto the course after having some problems at the previous round at Epilogue. They've got that boat sorted out, hopefully. Did some testing with it last weekend. And happy with how the boat's running. Dewey running out of lane number 3 in this one as the start boat, the Dun Race, and Phil Kelly picks them up. Mick Garvey doing the flags this time around for this one. First time out on the water for our 1.6s today. So Paul Cunningham just coming down through the bottom of the course. You can see a little bit of a red sticker on the just underneath the windscreen on that boat. Start boat picks them up and they'll all head off up into the top end of the course. Next time we see these boats, they will be in full race division. Well, it's lucky I'm not colourblind, Neil. Some people may say I'm blind, maybe even stupid. Colourblind, no. I don't know, that's the last one I've got on my sheet. All right, 1.6 litre Ausboat action about to hit the water at Exford here at Melton for the 2023 Melton Gold Cup. And a beautiful lineup of 1.6 Ausboats here. White flag flying high. Who can do what here? We got two team boats, the Hollands boat and the Harrison boat. Donahue out of South Australia. Dewey Nichols from Lake Boga. White flag still up, and goes the call. We are racing. The rooster tails come up, and they sound like a swarm of wasps as they come down the front straight away for the first time. Donahue gets a good start. Harrison on the outside of Cunningham, and Oscar Stevenson on the far outside as well as we go down through turn number one for the first time. Donahue pokes his nose out in the lead as they fire away down the back straight away. Have a look at Dewey Nichols in the S15 on pole position. He's slid from pole 3 up into pole 1 like a rat up a drain pipe. Now he's going to force them all wide as he comes up into turn number 2 for the first time. Harrison doing a good job round the outside as he pokes his nose into the lead, but there's white water everywhere at the moment. Nichols does a good job to heat up the inside, but the Harrison boats starting to show their pace now as they fire down the front straight away. So it's Cunningham back to Harrison. Then it's Donahue, Nichols, and the two HPR boats rounding up field. Oh, looks like Donahue's had a problem as the boat bogs down. Dewey Nichols drives right by. So Paul Cunningham in the lead, back to Grant Harrison, then Dewey Nichols. Now Donahue gets up and going again as Brad Hollands drives past the outside of him. Oscar Stevenson on the far outside trying to get it done. Down the front shooting it is the two Harrison boats charging hard. And it is Cunningham at the moment in the 86. Harrison in the 100 in second place. And have a look at this for a battle pack going on behind him for third, fourth, fifth, sixth respectively. Dewey Nichols up into third place. Brad Hollands up into fourth place. Donahue trying to stuff it up the inside. Oh, it gets very tight, very packed. Donahue looks like he's overpropped here. Just can't get the power down out of the corners. He needs to drop to the outside and try and maintain some momentum. Yellow flag out as we go through. The two Harrison boats get the job done. Checkered flag, that is. So it's Paul Cunningham back to Grant Harrison. Back to Dewey Nichols into third. Brad Holland's into 4th, Oscar Stevenson into 5th, and Andrew Donahue rounding out the field into 6th place. Great racing from the boys there. I'm going to take a short break here. And my co-commentator taking the win there, so I'll be pretty happy with that one. We're going to take a little break, get some paperwork organised up here in the town, and I'll be back to you with the next couple of races real soon.
G'day, I've just bailed up Tyson McFeeters. Tyson, this will be his second trip here to Melton. Last year was his first, and he came away with a win last year. How good was that?
Pretty well surprised me. Came here just to see what the Victorians race like and how I went with them, and same with the Deegan, and see how he went along with them, and surprised everyone. It was only my first few races and came back with a win.
Well, you obviously want to back that up this year, hopefully, again?
Yeah, I'll give it a crack. I don't know. We've got a couple less people this year, but old Baxter Ramsey and Hudson Ellis will be pretty tough to go against this year.
Yeah, so you made the trip over from the Riverland Powerboat Club. Racing there has been far and few between this year because of the river levels there with the flooding, and I bet you're happy just to get back out in the water again.
Yeah, it'd be a good 6 months since the last race in Adelaide, and you can't do anything. It'd be nice to race at Lake Bonnie, but we'll see what happens with that. Today will be good.
All right then, we'll wrap it up there, and thank you very much, Tyson.
Thank you.
All right, folks, so next boats to head out on the course will be our Formula Futures. Now, I do have a field of 6 boats here. However, I'm just hearing on the radio there might only be 3, so I'll just pick them up as they come out. No, mate. No, well, I might cut the conversation short. Rightio, Junior's heading out onto the course. I tell you, it's a pretty hard and fast start with Ella Gilligan there getting a little bit of a hose off from Chase Hamilton as he turns in.